today I'm going to be building out my custom one-of-one rear over fenders for the Toyota Soarer. And if you've been keeping up with this series, you guys know that this is the third consecutive episode where I'm doing some sort of bodywork to this car. I promise this is the last video where we touch fiberglass and Bondo on this car for hopefully quite some time. As you guys saw in the intro, I already started working on it. I got the flare actually retrofitted on the over fender itself. I haven't done any trimming or any mounting besides that. I just kind of marked out my spacing and got both over fenders to sit somewhat equal to each other. That way, you know, you look at the right side and the flare doesn't sit higher than the left side. So let's dive deeper into these one-of-one custom rear over fenders. By no means am I a bodywork expert, but both of these flares took shape pretty well. I'm still new to doing anything custom with fiberglass, so there is a few things I didn't take into account that ended up messing with getting both flares to sit identical, but that's besides the point. I didn't have any guide to show me how to do this or to follow along. I just did what I thought made the most sense, which in this case was to take a pair of 2-inch universal flares I had sitting around, set screw them in, and lay some fiberglass on the backside. Alright, quick little interruption from sanding these quarter panels. We're currently 3.5 hours into trying to get these quarters wrapped up tonight. This over fender right here has been re-skimmed once again. Currently knocking down all the high spots to get it sit pretty flush. And I'm going to work on the flare a little bit more to try to get the shape perfected again by tonight. But I'm going to take a little break. I'm taking a little break because my friend Jordan refreshed my Soarer front lights and my fog lights, and he's going to bring them right now. Gonna check them out and see how they look.
That's quick. What you asked for. You want to open them up in the light or something?
Yeah. I mean, bro, yeah, you can throw them in right here. Come here.
I'm a little fat. See if you
introduce yourself, dude.
I'm Jordan from Blackwater, Japan. I also have an SC, and yeah, just did some lights for my boy. So yeah, we got the fogs done. Completely open these up. I know you seen how these were. These were pretty bad, dude. So like I have pictures. I'll have to send you all the before pictures. But like the insides were like completely crusty and peeling. I took them apart. I repainted the inside, sanded the lenses down, and put them all back together. Yeah, they look pretty sick though.
Bro, those look brand new.
Yeah,
those things were cooked when I gave them to you.
Dude, you gotta post the pictures in your video, dude, because they look terrible on the inside.
Same with these front lights though, dude.
Yeah, and then also you had some like real bad like peeling along the bottom, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna get that out, but it came out pretty good. So there's just like some small imperfections like this, like that's like into the lens that I couldn't get out, but these look pretty good. I was also able to fix your crack. I put a little piece of plexiglass just in the hole and then put extra butyl tape right there, so it should hold pretty good. And then it's got all new sealant all around, so does those lights. I think they look pretty fresh. Oh, and I fixed your broken thing here too. I put some epoxy and put it back in place. It should line up pretty good. I didn't test it on my car or anything, but it should. Yeah, they look pretty good.
So when I bought the car, the Japanese guys, they tinted them with some type of tint. Because I tried to sand them down, like the front lens.
Yeah, it looked like someone did something to them.
Yeah, someone touched them before, but no, these came out great, dude.
Yeah.
I was gonna rehouse them. I'm kind of happy I didn't, because I love the lines and stuff.
Yeah.
No, this is sick.
No, they turned out pretty good. Like I said, there's like some very minor imperfections on the lens, like stuff like that I couldn't get out, but I think they turned out pretty good.
These things turned out so good. Massive shout out to Jordan. I'll link his Instagram down below if any SC people want their headlights and fogs restored. But these things were cooked when I gave them to him. This headlight right here was crashed into right here. Had some major scuffs. He got those out. Massive shout out, Jordan. Thank you if you're watching this. Super pumped on how these turned out. Now, these over fenders, like everything else on this car, took a lot longer than expected. I don't know why I keep underestimating how much time I need to do certain tasks, but originally when I came to this project, I thought maybe a few days of body work, you know, being warmed up with the rear bumper and these front fenders already. But these over fenders definitely challenged me a lot more than anything else I've done on this car. I think the reason it ended up taking a lot longer than I expected was because when I first took on this challenge of doing the flares on the over fender, I was literally just gonna panel bond the metal flare onto these fiberglass over fenders, which is the incorrect way to do it, but I kind of didn't care at that point. I was like, whatever, just panel bond it and throw some body filler over it. But after mocking up the flares and getting them all set, I realized, you know what? The right way to do this, and the only way I should be doing this, is just to fiberglass over the metal flares and get these things to actually be full fiberglass. That way they're reinforced. Structurally, they're good. And I never have the risk of, you know, driving on a drift track that's a little bit bumpy, having my tire smack the flare and the flare popping off because it was panel bonded and not actually fiberglassed into the over fender itself. Now, with all that being said and summarizing this whole little segment, these things turned out so good. I already have one over fender that I primed, and let me just say that I am so happy with how this pump turned out and how wide they are. This is exactly what I wanted from the over fenders when I originally came up with this idea, and I couldn't have honestly asked for like a better execution. I think one of the best parts about all the body work I ended up doing to these over fenders is the fact that because there's so much Bondo on them, structurally they have like no bend now. These were from like, I think Latvia or Poland or something like that. They're pretty flimsy, but now it's literally like, this feels like no different than a metal fender or over fender. So I am quite excited. Now, to be honest with you guys, I don't know how well these are gonna shoot or how much wider they're gonna look like on camera, but in real life, these things have a lot more width than stock and quite noticeably more width than when it was just the pumped over fenders themselves. With the bodywork completely done on the Soarer, that just leaves us with one thing left to do for the next EP. I can't wait to showcase you guys what color we ended up choosing for this thing. I already have the color picked out. I think it's gonna match the look of this thing perfectly. It's just aggressive enough and stealth enough where I think the Soarer is just a perfect fit for this color. If you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Yeah.